most often has many different types of projects. So what were some of the projects that you launched at this very beginning stage?
Actually, we position Peace Revolution is only for the online platform, online programs, because as you know, like we started with just 2 or 3 people. We don't have many resources. We don't have anything. You don't know much about managing international people. Actually, I don't know anything. But because I always experience in a situation where I have to start many things from scratch, just like learning from some mistake, something like that. So I'm not afraid of that. At the very beginning, we don't think about having training programs. We don't think about developing people to become a meditation trainers or whatever. No, not at all. Not in my ideas. I would say I'm being pushed all the time, like being kept like asking, don't you do this? Don't you do that? I'm just like start to think like, okay, why don't I do that? You know, I start to keep thinking. So at the very beginning, just online program is already too much for me. Because it's like very, very like unexpected situation coming up. Because at the very first time, when we first launched it in 2010, the official one, I never imagined that people would storm in the system. And it's make the website too much traffic than we expect coming in from different countries. And it's just like, oh my goodness, is that a huge demand on that? So it's like all the ways. So I have to fix many things for the online. But just later on, the people start to talk about having like interpersonal kind of like, you know, things like trainings, because they believe that meditation is something more in the person, you know, like, yeah. So I'm just starting to, of course, I agree with that, but I just wait for the right time when we have the right resource, right people, and the right timing to deliver that. So after the online programs, of course, we have training. But when we had the training, people keep asking, like, why don't you have this kind of trainings? You know, so we're developing like regional trainings, like thematic trainings, like artistic meditation retreats, or even like our HIA fellowship, which is like only Arab women, something like that. So it's become like more and more demanding on different kind of things. So we just like keep developing that. Or even like we have like the summit in the past few years that we think about new kind of concept that how we could combine the meditation retreats and training together with the conference. Because I always like going like all the time to the different conferences, and I feel like exhausted with such a kind of like listenings all the time with the speakers, different speaker, like big names kind of thing. But at the end of the day, I felt like what actually I got, what is the main message I got, what really I get from that conference. I felt like not, sometimes it's like empty. Yeah, so I would like to offer something different. That's why I think about having the summit, which is different. And in 2016, we have like 2 or 3 different summits, which is like in Europe, in Latin America, in Africa. Yeah, do I forget any regions? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that kind of thing. So it's project by projects developing gradually because of the demand of the people, I would say.
Wow, amazing.
So like how has like WPI made like the self-development program and meditation accessible to everyone?
You know, because we believe that meditation is a kind of free medicine. If I compare to the medicine, it's a free medicine. So we try to provide this free medicine to cure the disease in the mind of the people, in the mind of every human being. Some people may say like, oh, I'm healthy, I'm happy, I'm healthy, I don't need that. But if you treat meditation, it can be as a vitamin, right? Because it can fulfill your life. So
wait, hold on, did you just hear that? Meditation can be like a vitamin. Did you know that before? So now you know.
Okay, it can be either medicines or vitamin for me. I mean, and it's very good to have it. So we would like to provide it to be accessible to everyone, so they can be able to kill the virus in the mind. And we would like to make it accessible to everyone in the world, even to the most developed country, or even the remote islands in the Pacific, for example. Yeah, it should be accessible.
Amazing.
Wow, kill the virus in the mind. So powerful. So
when you look at countries like Syria, Yemen, Central African Republic, Nigeria, Cameroon, and all these countries that have been, you know, affected by many forms of violence, terrorism, and all that, how can you explain, you know, the role of the approach of meditation that you teach in peacebuilding?
I'm not so sure that you have heard of like UNESCO Constitution declare that since wars begin in the minds of men, it's the minds of men that defense of peace must be constructed. Which means that if you would like to construct peace, where is it? Where is peace? Where is lined? And how to use it, right? So and the question is how. So for me, meditation is the answer because it's a cleansing process, it's a tool to cleanse yourself, to have a clarity so that you have a right and neutral mindset or mind to make a decision without bias. And also meditation helps you create compassion. And compassion will also lead to empathy. And once you have empathy, you will not hurt anyone because you know that everyone loves their life. You also love your life. They also love their life. So you will not hurt them. So it will change, from hate to love. So for us, meditation, mindfulness is a tool always to helping with this, solving the problem at its root cause. Because the cause is from the mind. So we have to fix it in the mind.
Most often when there are all these happenings around the world, these violences, because the mind is not clear.
Yes.
So in other words, it has impurities.
Exactly. They're grounded,
They're clouded.
Yes. By greedy, by delusions, by many things, But it's like not making that it's pure and see things in the right way. So they always think about themselves more than thinking about others. That's how you don't really, show empathy, compassion towards human beings or living beings.